The guy that came, first guy that came here for the day, right, he says he's gonna recommend you the bag, we have a share in there, because it's not a shower. Because it's blood, so 3 months of running water. Back when I got there and asked me to look at it, people was supposed to yard, and they looked at it, like, you last year. You lost a good thing, because we were all feeling. I'll go with it this weekend. You'll put it in the paper. If not, I'll have to find you and find it. Could be 9 o'clock night. You doing? I think I feel I know it. I know, but even that also. So they're all Yeah, I had tried some years. The last time I put them in my game. Làm đạo được lên
Singing the gospel stuff. We call. Sitting, let's sit back and access to all the big ones. Take orders. Yeah. Well, that's it.
Go down. Okay.
About 6.
That's the way.
Cross to.
They got to, you know, it's wrong, they got a magazine right there, obviously, right there. You know, we stay, they got a cage, they got the amphitheater and the right there on the. They got Yeah, that's right.
Downtown.
You did see what they call it.
They got this. They got this.
Right there.
They got this. Launch video. Launch video. This. That's
Yeah, now, right there. Yeah, it's right there. Hi, Joan.
You wake up. Fish won't talk.
Okay, I want to thank you for your patience. I do apologize for it being lengthy, but that's part of the business. So we are here to take care of your business, the business of the city. Madam Clerk, would you read off the appointees?
The following actions took place in executive session. It was approved to appoint Chief Brent Glover as the Chief of Police. It was approved to appoint Jerica Jones as the City Clerk. It was approved to appoint Mr. Ty Jones as the City Judge. It was approved to appoint Attorney Shirley Byers as the City Prosecutor. It was approved to appoint Attorney Lori Shaw as the Public Defender. It was approved to reappoint John Keith Perry as the City Attorney. It was approved to transfer Mr. Jonathan Woods from full-time status to part-time at a rate of $12 an hour. It was approved to promote Mr. Desmond Washington as a certified officer at a rate of $20.50 an hour. It was approved to promote Ms. Martin, Kenitra Martin, as a certified officer in the police department at a rate of $20.50. It was approved to appoint Mr. Darren Barnes as a lieutenant in the police department at the lieutenant salary. Those are all the appointments.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, we will continue with our agenda.
So would you go back with that transfer, that one transfer, the name?
Jonathan Woods in the fire department,
Okay. Is he going from where to where?
from full-time to part-time.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I would like to make a recommendation to this board that we would reappoint all of our department heads on a probational period for 6 months or less, pending reviews, and that they get impacted. Is there a motion? Okay. So moved by Alderman Jones, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Schiff. Any discussion? All in favor, sign by aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, we will continue with our agenda. Could I have a motion, item number 2, to authorize us to have a general city audit and Holly Springs Utility Department audits?
Okay. All right, I'll move that, we approve for general city audit as well as the Holly Springs Utility Department audits be conducted.
It's been moved by Alderman Merriweather. Is there a second?
Is it by Watkins and Watkins will shoot, how does this relate to the audits that's going on now?
Why would I say, if they're waiting on another data, we should be done by now.
This is just continuing that. Okay.
After those people, they don't do it for.
Gotcha.
I said it.
Second by Alderman Hodges. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye. Vote aye. Ayes have it, motion carried. Next on the agenda is report by engineer, Elliott and civil engineer.
Good evening. Nice to see y'all. Congratulations on your elections and moving forward. I've got some things to deal with on Hill Street. Catch up, I guess, is the best thing. Give a quick report. Last time we we approved a change order to do some work that we needed to do on the Hill Street project. The board approved that as it was a change order number 2. And then there was a supplemental agreement that had some issues in there that we didn't have prices for, and that established those prices. That change order number 2 had an error, had a 25-cent error. Now, I kicked this ball down the road 2 or 3 times. So what I decided to do, and hopefully Mr. Perry will bless this, is I'm not going to ask y'all to rescind change order number 2. I'm going to ask you to adopt tonight a change order number 2 corrected that takes care of the 25 cents. And I know everybody thinks, why worry about 25 cents? When you get to the audit, it don't matter if it's a penny or $100,000. They want to know if it balances. So this just simply, Mr. Perry, takes care of the 25-cent error that was actually it was a 1-cent error multiplied times a number that made a 25-cent error. So I would ask y'all to approve tonight change order number 2 corrected.
Okay, is there a motion to adopt and approve the change order number 2 as recommended by the engineer?
I so move.
Moved by Alderman Beer, was there second? Is number 3 or 2?
Change order number 2, that's correct.
It's 2 corrected. It should, Jericho, look at it should have be the one with the red writing on it. You see it at the top. There's a 3 now. We're going to talk about 3, but I'm talking about 2 corrected. Do you have it? It's got, this is the top. Okay, all right. So it's in red. We're going to talk about 3, but that's 2 correct.
So we're still a motion, still change order number 7 by Mr. Jones. Okay, any other discussion? Okay. Next one. All in favor, sign of aye. Opposed, nay. There's motion here.
Okay, a little more history. At the last board meeting, also, I told y'all that I had talked to Ms. Gilda Reyes at the Department of Finance, and she said if the mayor would send a letter asking for another extension on the Hill Street, because it actually ran out June 30th. We had gotten an extension to June 30th. And so what she wanted was a letter from the mayor asking for that extension. Okay, and I don't know if that letter got sent or not, but I know y'all, we discussed it last meeting. So tonight, to cover the contractor, I've got a change order number 3, which has no money in it. It's a 0 money, but it extends his contract by 60 days so he can finish. So it should, we're going to hopefully get ours extended to the end of the year, but we need to extend him about 60 days. All this rain has messed him up.
And you mentioned about letters that was mentioned in the previous meeting. It's been drafted, and did anyone tell me, has it been?
It has not been sent. It was, okay. Who can the vice mayor sign it from the last administration?
It'd have to be from the last administration.
Or you could just redo it, I guess.
All carries, what's called mailbox. So it should be fine. That's the thing, but it would have to be from that previous meeting.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Explain that again to me.
But because they didn't receive it by the 30th, just so that, and it was voted on at that meeting, it would technically be, now, this board would have the authority to. No, I think it would be, it would, if it wasn't signed,
Okay,
signed,
okay.
then Alderman at large can sign it anyway, because it wasn't signed, it wasn't paid.
So is there any action needed on that?
I don't think any action is needed. Decided.
All right.
And then this would be extending the contractor's time for the 60 days. Now, in change order 3, no money, just
You need action on that. On the change order.
There are motions in that we adopt the recommendation change order number 3 for the extension as recommended by the engineer.
Been moved.
Right, extension.
I so moved.
Okay.
Very well.
Voted by Alderman, but I get mixed up with Alderman, Alderwoman. Alderwoman Perry Whether.
You're good. Thank you.
Motion second by Alderman Jones. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign by.
Aye.
Vote nay. As everyone here.
Thank you, Mr.
okay. Well, I'm not through yet. Okay, we got pay request from the contractor. This is pay request number 2. And this is a pay request in the amount of $113,153.55. $113,153.55, and we would recommend payment.
There a motion for pay order, what was pay order number?
Number 2.
Number 2 in the amount of $113,153.53.
55 cents.
55.
55 cents.
And I so moved.
So moved by Alderwoman there. Well, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Schill. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Vote nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Just read the contractor's name again, please.
Contractor name, White Construction. And the last thing I got, is, related to, some work that we had done some plans on Valley Street. And I think there'd been discussion in the previous administration that talked about the possibility of city forces doing part of the work and us quoting the concrete work. What I'm suggesting tonight, is that we've got the plans ready to go. So if y'all would give us the authority, we would do one of 2 things. If the estimate is over $75,000, then we would ask tonight to have authority to advertise the project. If the project estimate is under 75,000, then we would ask authority to get quotes. We would have to solicit probably 3 or 4 or 5 quotes, but you need to usually get 2. You have to get 2. I think the law says you have to have 2. So I think you can do the project either way. It's just, I guess, discussion if y'all want to do something different.
Can you explain a little bit about the project, what's needing to be done?
When you, as you know, if you've turned on Valley Street, off of 07 North Memphis Street, I'm gonna say 150 feet down there, the pipe is washed out under the road. The head walls falling off, the water lines in the way, the sidewalks collapsed. There's actually a hole on the north side of the street that we know is related to the problem. So what it needs to be done is those utilities need to be maybe relocated, hopefully not. Hopefully we can work around them. But you need to tear all that old sidewalk, all that curb and gutter out and relay that pipe. Are you gonna have to relay it all the way across the road? We're not 100% sure of that yet. But you're gonna have to pour a concrete head wall because if you stop there and look, that pipe comes out from on the road and there's about an 8 or 10 foot drop. And over the years, it's just washed out on that end of the pipe. So it needs to be repaired. And I think the estimate is probably going to be a little more than 75,000. So I think we're going to wind up advertising it. But again, we need authority to advertise if we're going to advertise. But if we think it's under 75, we certainly can get some quotes.
You ask for authority, authority to advertise bids if it's over 75,000, and if not, to advertise for quotes if it's not.
Yes, sir.
Is there a motion to give engineer that authority? Moved by Alderman Jones, is there a second? Second by Alderman Shield, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it.
Believe it or not, I'm through.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Jerry, I'm on.
I need to back up for just a minute, do a little housekeeping here. Of course, you all know this is a new term, like we're starting here. I want to recommend that this board would approve, in my recommendation, to make Alderman at large our vice mayor. Is there a motion, or can we do it by consensus? Motion on it. Okay, is there a motion? Mayor Pro Tem, correct term. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
I motion that we approve Alderman at large, Mr. Dexter Shipp as mayor.
Motion been made by Alderman Mayor Weathers, second by Alderman Jones. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye. Vote nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Correction for number 4.
Oh, my God.
July 28th or the 31st.
28 or the 31st, is the date for request for us to choose to start on that budget, 28th or 31st. Okay,
Tuesday or Thursday, the 28th is the Tuesday, the 31st is so July 29th is the Tuesday.
29th instead of 28th. 29th. Okay.
Set the first Wednesday, but July the 29th.
If we set the first budget date for July 29th. What time?
5:30.
At 5:30.
It has been moved by Alderman Jones, to set the first budget date for July the 29th at 5:30. Is there a second? Second by Alderman Moore. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Item number 5, we have quick claim deed for Mr. Samuel Mason and Ms. Lenora M. Ratcliffe. Madam Clerk, could you explain to us just what that is?
Yes, at that time, back in 1985 or 84, the city purchased that, paid taxes on that property. So now there's a sale, they need to go back and pay the city tax plus interest. We have to deed it back.
Lead it back to it. We have,
It's in the board.
okay. Already, is there a motion?
I so move.
Moved by Alderman Mayor Weather, is there a second?
Can I second?
Second by Alderman Hodges. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign by.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Item number 6, motion to authorize payment of $1,428.14 to Mr. Philando Marion for PERS employment contributions. Their motion.
I move. Then are we open?
For her, yes. He's getting his PERS back because he stays under a certain amount of time. So PERS can call the money back if he paid it anymore.
That was just one.
Has even paid the other amount, there's 2 amounts right there, 10% back. That was total.
PERS only took one payment back.
And this is the city's match.
The
This
city got his portion back. This is the portion that he's
amount, 10.
on his
For the
side.
lease issue.
Is there a motion?
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
So here's a motion, you hear you, right?
I made it.
Okay, I thank you, Mr. Jones, that hear you. Motion by Alderman Jones, second by Alderman Ship. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have, it, motion carried. Item number 7, motion to authorize payment of $1,752.25 to the Department of Finance Administration. This is for May 2025 municipal court assessment. Is there a motion?
Move to authorize payment of $1,750.25 to the Department of Finance and Administration for the May 2025 municipal court session.
Motion by Alderman Ship,
Second.
second by Alderwoman Merriweather. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have, it, motion carried. Item number 8, motion to authorize transfer of $2,253 from the general ACH fund to the general operating fund, 2025 in court.
That's where, our municipal court, she accept payments online. And so it has to be transferred from our ACH to our operating.
Okay,
So moved.
motion by Alderman Merriweather. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Alderman Hodges. Any other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have, it, motion carried. Item number 9, motion to authorize mayor and board of aldermen to attend the Mississippi Black Caucus of local elected officials 2025 summer conference in Biloxi, Mississippi on July 20th, 21st to 21st, 2025. Registration fee of $250 plus hotel per diem. Is there a motion? Motion by Mr. Jones. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman. Did I call you Mr.? By Alderman Jones, second by Alderwoman Merriweather. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have, it, motion carried. Item number 10. Motion to authorize Chief Rodney Crane and Captain Kevin White to attend the NFPA Summer Summit on July 9th, 2025 in Pearl, Mississippi. No hotel or per diem. Is there a motion?
I move to authorize Chief Ronnie Crane and Captain Kevin White to attend the NFPA Safety Summit on July 9th, 2025 in Pearl, Mississippi with no hotel or per diem.
Motion. Okay. Motion by Alderman Ship, second by Alderman Jones. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have, it, motion carried. Item number 11, motion to authorize Champion Force Athletics to host cheerleading camp at the Multipurpose Center every Tuesday starting August the 19th, 2025, $10 per week.
I move.
Been motioned by Mr. Alderman Jones. Is there a second? Give me a second, we can discuss. Yeah, you can, you second, we can go and discuss.
Okay, second.
Second by Alderman Merriweather. Now, is there any discussion? Time for discussion.
So basically this is, they based, I think, well, they got one in DeSoto County, it's called BC Dragons, and it's just a little training, it's just a little training class. And so they is wanting to extend the Holly Springs to offer the class. It's once a week, it's on Tuesdays, it's $10 a class, so it's very affordable. So
That's what I
we're
want to
looking
hear
for-
from there.
and Dale is the one that brought it, well, he told me about it, but I was familiar with it because, you know, my girls was in the one that was in DeSoto County. And so I think it's a good thing, that's why I didn't hesitate on making a motion. Give our kids something to do, and we all bring it on recreation. And so I think it'll be something good, especially for the start of this new administration.
And it is a nice one.
It is.
Mhm.
Did you want to add anything with Tom?
No, I mean, they just based out of, I think Indiana, which I think they got approved through the previous administration back like in March. They had sent all their paperwork and everything. And it's a great thing I think our city need and give our kids an opportunity to explore that.
And I see that it starts August 19th. What's your time? Because that's why I had questions about.
They said they would need it probably like a 3 hour time span, probably like from 6 to 9.
After school.
Yeah, after school, because they try to get kids back home at a safe time and all of that.
They did provide insurance.
Yeah, they provide the insurance, everything.
Okay.
Okay, any more discussion? Ready for the vote? All in favor, sign of aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 12, motion to authorize Mr. Terry Sims, Mr. Tracy Reynolds to attend the Mississippi Natural Gas Association 14th Annual Conference in Orange Beach, Alabama, on July 9th through the 11th, 2025. Registration fee of $500 each, plus hotel and per diem. Motion,
Second.
motion by Alderman Jones, second by Alderwoman Merriweather. Any discussion?
And this is the 46 or 14? You have, it's 46 on here, not that that really matters, but just for minute's sake.
46 and
The 46.
Ready for the question? All in favor, sign of aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 13, motion to authorize payment of $2,000 to, who is this again, please? Element System
Mhm. Incorporate.
for the repairs of well number 5 in the utility department. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Jones,
I second.
second by Alderman Merriweather. Any discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 14, motion to authorize payment of $1,178.63 to Environment and Pump Services LLC for repairs to the lagoon in the utility department.
I move to authorize the payment of $1,178.63 to Environmental and Pump Services LLC for repair of the lagoon in the utility department.
Motion is by Alderman Schiff. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Alderman Hodges. Any discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 15, motion to authorize payment of $2,850 to MMC Solutions for the purchase of air relief valves. Is there a motion?
I move to authorize payment of $2,850 to MMC Solutions for the purchase of air release valves.
Is there a second? Motion by Mr. Alderman Schiff, second by Alderman Jones. Alderman Merriweather, you look like you have some questions. You want to discuss?
Yeah, we just need on these things more clarity. So what is this for utility department?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
What?
utility.
Okay.
No other discussion? All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 16, wastewater emergency matters. Eddie Jeffries, 100, 20, is that the name? Yeah. You got 120 water. Is there a motion?
Come on. You can go ahead. I think we tabled this at our last meeting, due to the fact that, we were trying to, lock this in for the 3 year at that rate. So they wouldn't, go up on, each year and everything. So we was asked to come back at this board meeting. And this is for, continue for the replacement of the lead service lines throughout the city.
The new alderman,
about this.
Just the order, the mayor.
Okay. I want to get a little, just a little brief to the people.
Okay, well, this is a program that we started last year. EPA, this is EPA, you know, they are over this. They're making everybody in the world do it, replace all the lead service lines inventory, you know, throughout the world. I mean, throughout the United States. And so we took our lead service line inventory last year, so we are in the process of continuing that, using their platform and their guidance throughout this process. So they will be leading us and helping us along the way as we complete this. And their goal is to have every line replaced within 10 years.
Is there a cost with that? Is there a cost with that?
With this,
Mhm.
yes. Was it in your pack?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. The cost is going to be $41,745, and this is for 3 years. You know, this is for a total of 3 years. Total,
Year.
total, right?
Repeat that, please.
Okay.
You
The
said
price,
that For a total of 3 years.
yes, it's a 3-year contract, and we're locking it in at $13,915 per year.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, any further discussion or explanation? I think we understand it now. So I'm asking for a motion. Is there a motion? Is there a motion?
What is the name of that company?
This is 120 water.
Which one?
Here, may I ask one question? You saw folks, received folks from other companies. There were comparables, I think, that you brought before. Or is that the only company that does this type?
Yeah, this is the only one. And they have,
That was, I just want to make sure that folks understood. That's a specialized service that that company does. That's why I asked. There's
There a motion?
I move that we accept the,
I got one other question before you make that motion. Do they have any, what's the completion rate in regards to, because you said it may take about 10 years, and from my understanding, this contract is 3. So how are we going to measure how much is getting done in this 3-year time frame is my question. Okay, well, what it is, we'll have to identify on both sides of our meter, our side as well as the customer side. So then, I think it's within 3 years, we will have to start replacing those lines. So based on how many we determine that needs replacing, we will have to replace so many per year until all of them are replaced. And
This will be done in 20 years.
the goal is 10 years.
Goal is 10 years, but we only locking it in for 3.
Right. So they have all our database based on last year. So they're going to be guiding us along the way. And EPA, they are coming out with new rules along, every year and things like that. So it's an ongoing process.
We've done an awful lot of discussion without any motion or second. Now we ready to hear a motion.
I so move.
Okay, motion by Alderman Merriweather, is there a second? Second by Alderman Moore. I don't think we need any more discussion, do we? Or is there any? All in favor, stand by.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried.
Thanks.
Item number 17, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 17, general bills and claims. Is there a motion?
I move we pay the city general bill.
Motion by Alderman Ship, pay the city general bills and claims. Is there a second? second by Alderman Jones. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Vote nay. Ayes have, motion carried. Item number 18, motion to pay city utility bills and claims. Is there a motion?
I move to pay the city utility bills and claims.
Motion by Alderman Schiff. Is there a second?
Sir.
Second by Alderman Moore. There any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 19, motion to approve. I don't know what you do. Do you usually do each minute or do them all together? All together. And I guess the thing I need to ask if everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes. Is there a motion to approve May 27th, 2025, June 3rd, 2025, and June 17th, 2025 board minutes? Is there a motion? I'm sorry. I thought you started. Motion to approve minutes. Is there a second? Second by Alderman Jones. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried. Item number 20, report from department heads. I don't know of any that we have requested. Do any department head here have anything you want to bring before this vote? So they asking for you to, general manager, to yield to the other department heads and then.
I think I got the quickest.
You got your quick.
I got the quick. Evening again. All right, just bringing this to your attention, Saturday, May 5th, you familiar with the walk run for the Rayford family reunion they normally have every year? Y'all familiar with that?
Yeah.
Okay, did that come before previous board? Okay, so it was brought to my attention for request police and fire assistance for traffic control on this at 7 a.m. that morning for the walk run that will be coming from the multipurpose building through the city, back around up Memphis to Van Dorn back down to Randolph to come around Rust and back to the multipurpose building. And
What's the date, July?
July 5th at 7 a.m. that morning, along with the rest of the activities that will be coming that afternoon. But this one I need to run by you. I'm not sure if y'all was familiar with it. Sir? No, that's wrote on my calendar that was given to me by a previous mayor. So I don't know if that was ran by you guys or not. So
The Raven family, they have it every year,
yes, annual for that family.
family reunion.
Right.
in Raven.
And I think that walk run don't last no more than probably about 30, 35, 40, maybe an hour. I would estimate about an hour for it to get done. The July 5th, the 7 a.m. Starting from the multipurpose building. Through the square and then back down. July 5th.
What time you be setting up those fireworks?
Fireworks will be, I passed it on to the mayor to make a decision on lunchtime, the time they're gonna fire off. But festivities start at 5, so personnel would need to be out around 3 o'clock for setting up stage and traffic control and stuff. So, but according to Mayor Terry, he's gonna give the time for the lunch. And I think he wanted right at before dark, right before when dark hits. So it would be before 9 o'clock, I was estimating.
The fireworks show?
Yes,
Set the start at 5.
right. So I don't know if he's gonna change that. You might want to wait till he come back and ask, because I think he wanted a little bit earlier So, yeah. So,
On just a month. All right, there a motion for, Rachel family, to be assisted in street closure, 7 a.m. to what time?
I was said 7:45.
7:45.
Just assisting for traffic control.
Okay.
Mhm.
I move.
Yeah. Motion for system for traffic control. From Rachel family, run 7:45 a.m. Starting at the multi-purpose building around from the square and back to the multi-purpose.
Correct.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Alderwoman Hodges. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Rivera. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Any question? Motion carried.
All right, Mayor Terry, I was explaining to them about the fireworks time that you're gonna set, and is that, I think Ms. Jones gave it around 9:15, that was listed. Were you looking for earlier, or the 9:15 is fine?
If it's an advantageous suitable with this board, then it's fine with me, as long as we have a time set and started at that time.
Correct.
I don't want to set a time and wait 2 or 3 hours later.
Right, and then extend it down. Understood.
That was the information you gave me
Yes,
today.
correct.
So 9:15 is,
That's the time frame that's gonna start at 9 and then should be ending at 9:15. So you got a 15-minute show. So that's it.
thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
I just have a quick question. We are releasing the hiring freeze at this time, correct? We were on a freeze, so we're releasing the hiring freeze so we can now be open for hire at this point.
We need to table that and
Free, they don't know, and no restriction. Okay, I'll be meeting with you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Who's next?
Yeah, boy. I will let you know that our brush truck caught a fire today. Burnt the brakes up. So I'm requesting, can we take the the new brush truck that we got to the shop and get it fixed? It needs injectors put in it.
You got cost that, we don't have anything out.
I had to get it to the shop in order to find out how much it's gonna cost to get it fixed. Our mechanics can't do it.
yeah, I would suggest that one. That was not here. Y'all need to bring us the point.
Okay.
All right.
Well, see, we had to. I got to try to get it over there. So I got to get it.
Record fee and get it there.
Yes, sir.
You have an idea what the record fee, whatever it is, you got to get there, but just can you inform us on what the record fee would be? We know
Okay.
that you got to have the record, so what was the fee?
Okay. Well, I had to get with a couple companies and see how much they'll charge to take it down there. So I'll get back with y'all maybe one day before the week out. I can let you know what the price gonna be.
That would mean we'd have to call the board meeting to approve it, then, right? How would be?
No.
Okay. So we're going to, you all help me with that then, because we can authorize the tow without knowing what the price of the tow is. I keep, okay, you all help me. Okay, Well, that's what it takes to proceed with operation.
Okay. All right.
You'll be a man. I just wanted to address y'all about a little issue we've been having at Sam Kugel Park. That's our biggest park, and trying to preserve it and money maker. We've been having constituents going out there. They done cut the chains on some of our gates, pavilions. I don't know how they doing it, but they going out there cutting the locks on our pavilion, doing these burnouts, donuts, things of that nature there. So we got to get something done by that. And then just last week they went out there in our bathrooms and set the trash cans on fire, turned the water on, tried to flood both of the bathrooms out. And since I've been here, they never had a lock or anything on that particular bathroom. And just doing just treacherous things to the park out there.
Do you have any suggestions, Mr. Fowler?
I mean, my main suggestion is, like I say, we're gonna have to, as far as security wise, because the Skycop cam we got out there, it only works unless the baseball light is on. When they install that Skycop cam, they installed it to the breaker box instead of installing the proper way. I don't know who installed it, but it only works unless we turn the lights on to the baseball field. Yeah, and it's been like that, I don't know how long. So that's why we can't never keep the Skycop cam on to even catch them, because if we ain't have an event going out there with baseball. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
Anyone else?
Everybody got a chance to give it. Good evening, Mayor and Board. How y'all doing today? This was brought to my attention today due to a number of water leaks at resident 640 West Street. Mr. Sims is going to inform us about it, but there's been some leaks at 640 West Street, and Mr. Sims, he knows more about leaks than I do.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, this resident one has several leaks on it, and the water meter is placed behind the house. So we're gonna have to move it back to the front of the house where it needs to go. So we're gonna have to run new line all the way from where the meter is at back out to on the property line by the street. So we just getting permission to do that.
Permission to go on private property in order to do the work.
Well, that's where the meter is at, see, but like I said, when the gentleman get his yard fixed, it's like that, we had to come in and tear his yard up. So
Period. Do we need to put together like a form of even just to protect the city's interest in conducting that type of work?
I agree. But I was gonna ask, have you had conversations with the potential executive session issue?
I think absolutely he had conversation with the property owner. I am that property. What I asked him to do was.
Right.
I asked him to do bring forward because I didn't want it to look like anything.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Since we just elected, now you got the city on your property doing work.
Right.
You know, repaired it 4 times.
4 times, and as we speak, it's leaking now, right? It's leaking now.
I wanted that to be brought before the city, so
Right.
it's transparent, no one can come by and say he's got the city working.
Right.
No problem with the property owner.
You give him.
But see, yeah, the water meter is behind this house.
Yes.
So that's what the problem is right now, and it's leaking right now, so we just gonna go and do the right thing, replace it, so, yeah.
So you need a motion, what do you need? You asking.
I'm just asking them, I'm just asking the motion is all right for us to do that, like he just said, you know, by him being re-elected mayor, and we up on his huh? No, city gonna take care of everything.
Well, like I said, the primary reason that I wanted to break this board was so that anybody passing see city equipment on that property.
Right.
Won't have a claim against the city saying that I have them out there doing.
Right, right,
And that was just for FYI.
right.
That's good, 'cause
That's,
we-
well, you know they're gonna be looking, so that's the proper right, yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to get permission, we just notification, right?
Right,
Notified,
right,
duly notified.
yeah, you know, yeah.
The record show that we're duly notified.
Notified, so we good to go then.
Unless you wanna tell us what day, time.
Starting on it, we're gonna be out, we're gonna be out there in the morning, we're gonna take,
And what utensils are you using to?
we're gonna take care of that in the morning. Start it in the morning, we're gonna take care of that, cause like I said, it's leaking right now, so, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Thank you. Warned about you now.
I try to be, I try to be, I try.
I'm not gonna put the blame on anybody here. I'll be watching you on Facebook.
I watch myself on Facebook. Uh, there are some things in this proposal, this plan, that are for executive session. This is a 90-day plan that I put together for, what's going on at the utility department as a result of, the Public Service Commission and the, excuse me, I forgot the other, uh, yeah, but the attorneys and things and the meeting that we had, which was a very successful meeting on last Thursday in the discussion, so I had to revise this 90-day plan. But this 90-day plan is designed to get our billing back on track within 90 days of the start of, when we start to do this. And there's I left out one. There's a budget in your packet too, but that budget is based on the money that is in one of the CDs. So it looks like I got $1.6 million down there, and that's for bringing in a contractor, getting new trucks, and also hiring some consultants to help us as far as local rates, utility consultants, and different things that we need to do to get our billing and meter reading back on track and cutting the right of way.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Said you want to use the CD for the.
Yeah, okay, that, when I say there's the reserves, $3.6 million in one bank and $1.5 million, it comes to about $5.1 million. And I use that money because also in this is getting our accounting up to date and uh, to start to begin to get our accounting correct, because we still have audits that haven't been, we don't have an audit for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. And those audits are required to meet the TVA, uh, not certification, but yeah, contractual requirements. So, my idea is that we can get our accounting back on track, but we're missing 4 years of bank closings, statements, book accounting reconciliations, and we have to have those. And if we don't have those, we can't have the audits. There's nothing to audit. There has to be an audit for the electric department, the sewer department, the gas department, and the water. All four, and then there's audits for the city that we can't have those audits without the utility audit. So uh, that's that's one of the reasons I came up with this plan to get us on track so that we can begin to get these things in order. Now, there's no way that we're going to come up with 4 years of audit records in a year's time. That's not going to happen. But what we can do, we can put ourselves on the right track so that, in my mind, the lawsuits will slowly fade away. I mean, that's my idea, because we show the Public Service Commission and TVA that we are putting forth a good faith effort to become within the regulations of TVA and to satisfy the Public Service Commission. And it's a recommendation that I put together here. We have to purchase trucks, but that money is there, and we can have our billing back on track within 90 days. Right now, our billing at the utility department is 2 months behind, and so that means that our customers are getting usage of 2 months bills, and they're not getting the bills every 30 days. So they're getting, their bills are larger.
Mr. Jones, can I ask you a question just a minute?
Yes, sir.
Is this something you're gonna ask us to approve tonight?
No, no. Yeah, this is to digest. No, I didn't expect you to approve this tonight. I just wanted to talk about it, and if there are any questions about it, but it's something that I think we have to do. In this packet, there's a budget. There's a suggested reorganization for the utility department, for gas, the gas and water department, the electric department, office department, and then there's some executive session things that I want to talk about in the executive session. Okay. And this is a timeline. I forgot. I got a timeline here too for the 90 days. I forgot.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones. Now previously, we were with GE with the contract in regards to the automated system that would read, roughly 8 to 10,000 other meters, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see something prepared for mentioned in your plan. Are you suggesting that we are all loose on the ground in terms of meter reading, or is this a short-term fix to what we currently have going on?
Thank you, Alderman Jones. You reminded me of something that I didn't say, and that is at that meeting, when I learned that, in my estimation, that the Public Service Commission nor the state of Mississippi nor TVA was going to invest any funds in Holly Springs Utility Department until the city invested funds and resources into the Holly Springs utility department. Now, that's my interpretation. What I decided to do with that is we have 10 to 12 meter readers right now. I've discussed this with Mr. Anderson, who is in charge of the meter readers. What I want to do is we are going to assign routes to meter readers where they will become familiar with that route. That will be their permanent route. We may assign 2 people to a route. That way, they can be more efficient and they'll be used to that route. There's another part.
No, I just want you to answer the particular question. Is this a short-term fix in regards to the meter readers being boots on the ground, or is this something that you plan on doing long-term?
Oh, no. Oh, okay. No. Our meter reader, our meter reading will be up and consistent with the software. If we hire the consultant company that I want, it'll be up within 45 to 60 days, up and running, short term.
And what meter reading software is this?
The software is going to have to be developed. The guy's he's gonna write the software. Right now, we're doing everything by hand.
How did your suggestion or company that you're suggesting is going to come in and just basically work up a GPS location to all of the meters, which will give you an opportunity to develop routes?
No, we have routes. We don't have a map, so the location part is right, but the software will allow us to not write things down by hand. Right now, we're writing things down by hand and implementing the data into the network by hand.
So basically, you're not even looking at a AMI system.
At this time, my idea is that if we do this, this allows us to have time to, if we put money in a local rate raise, those funds can be earmarked for specific things, AMI system, cutting right away, whatever the case may be. And so over time, it's going to cost us $3.5 to $4 million to get an AMI system. And right now, I don't see where we have the money to buy an AMI system. So if we do this with the boots on the ground and we get the software in here, we'll be able to have our revenue, our cash receipts consistent. Am I explaining this right? Okay, yeah, go on.
Explain to me, what is this software going to do?
This software is going to save us time.
How does it work?
Okay.
Clarification for everybody how this
Okay, what it will do is it'll allow the folks who are reading the meters to input the data directly to CSA through the software. It goes directly to CSA, which we download for our billing, and we can input and export the data directly to CSA. Currently, we are doing that through FCS Itron, and it's a 2-step process, and actually it's a 4-step process because we can't download all the data at one time, I found out this week, because prior to this, with the GE system, we were 70% of the data was being downloaded and captured automatically. 30% of it wasn't. That's the way it was set up. Now that we don't have the GE system, the FCS software was set up the same way. They can't take 100% of our data now that we got 100% of the meters to read. We still got to download it the same way, and it's taking too much time. That's a bottleneck. And now you got that bottleneck in addition to having to read the meters by hand, which adds to the bottleneck, which spreads out the usage date, which winds up with more larger bills for the customers. So the plan is, if we do this, that we won't have. I honestly think that we will have we'll be back on track before Thanksgiving. The bills will be back at 30 days.
So what was the discussion about the company Trillion,
Trillion?
yes.
Okay, trillion is a,
You don't have to go in great detail about it, but why is that option not included in the 90-day plan? I know there was something in regards to their data being, the GE data being sold off to Trillion or something, they, integrated
Okay.
something of that
No,
nature. So
Trill-
why is that option
okay, all our,
not included in the 90-day plan?
the meters in the field are electric meters, are, uh, the Badger gas and water meters are all worked with the Trilliant system that was owned by GE. That system is 10 years old. It never really worked from the beginning. And they would charge us, they said $78,000 to, come in and put our system back up, get it up and running. But what they didn't, when I asked the questions, they have to do an assessment. That assessment is going to come in where they want to upgrade the system because it's 10 years old. And it would cost, again, another $2.5 to $3.5 million, and it didn't work in the beginning. I see this as an opportunity for us to get an AMI system that we know is going to work rather than putting money into something that we hope that it works right. That's why I'm recommending that we do it this way, Alderman Jones, because I have no faith in the current equipment that we have out there in the field. The GE system that's out there that was Trillion originally that GE bought.
Now, let me ask you a question to make sure I get clarification. Now, I'm trying not to hold it long. But it sounds like what I'm hearing you say is this consulting firm that you're talking about is gonna come in and GPS all of the meters and everything, so we'll know exactly where they are for the route meters. And they can read at the same time, is that correct?
I'm sorry, Mr.
Okay. The consultants that you're talking about coming in and GPS to the system,
Mm-hmm.
gonna do the math for the system. They can read the meters at the same time.
Yes, they're good. Yeah.
If they reading the meters at the same time, they are the ones that would get you back up in 45 days or so?
Yes, because
They
they
get you back up to par in 45 days, and then our meter readers then can continue to read and keep it accurate. Did I hear that right?
yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That's exactly
So
what
when we're talking about the electronic meters and such as that, they don't play a part in this right now. We're talking about manual reading at this particular time.
Yes, that's what
By
we're talking
consultants
about.
And then by our meter reading group, once they get GPS system in place. Am I correct there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that is correct. And the company is Advanced Meter Services. The guy's going to bring his people. He's going to bring trucks. So now we're going to have to buy trucks because once that's done and we have that server, we still going to have to send people out in the field and they still going to have to do everything that I talked about. But it'll be so much more efficient and we will be caught up and we will be able to generate revenue on a consistent basis. Cash receipts, I shouldn't say cash receipts, not revenue.
And will Advanced Leader Services come before us? Because they share their information or here the one person.
They're more than happy to come. Mr. Jeff Marsh has been here once. He visited us because I almost used him one other time before this, but they'd be more than happy to come here.
And what's your timeline?
Honestly, I wanted to start this last month or the month before because it's going to take him 3 weeks because they got to go out in the field and do the GPS and learn where the meters are and build the software. It takes 3 weeks to do that. He wanted to start on July 7th, but You know, you can't move, he can't move that fast. So I'm thinking July 14th.
This solution is a short-term solution until we can get an AMI system updated. I mean, somewhere in the future, we want to get an AMI system, I assume, so.
Yes, somewhere in the future, we do want to get an AMI system. However, if we choose, I mean, I don't recommend it, but if we got enough people and the software is working, you can continue to read meter. They've done it in the past. Read the meters manually until we get comfortable to have enough funds to, get an AMI system. Okay, okay.
Because, as you said, these 2 month bills, this, folks not getting their bills on time, and the bigger picture when it comes to collecting revenue, getting funds, so that our utility department can get caught up in terms of, paying bills. It is necessary. So that's why I was asking now, the price of this, is it in here?
Where's my budget sheet at?
I got another question for you.
So what about the price? Is the price in here?
Okay, yeah. The price for the price for bringing the meter readers in with the truck and getting the software is approximately $65,000 a month. It's $5.25 a meter. That's the rate.
Would you repeat that, please, sir?
About $65,000 a month.
Okay, a month.
So, Mr. Johnson, so here's my last question for you. So you said that this company is going to be able to establish a GPS system in 3 weeks. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is they're going to have the software in 3 weeks, which is going to include the GPS of every meter that they read. He'll teach us, we'll do the same thing. They'll read in the city. We'll read out in the county, or he's giving me a price for him to do it all. But if we do it like that, it costs us less money. We get our people to read out in the county, they read in the city. Then we save a few dollars that way, but we'll have all the GPS locations for when we want to build our map. Right now, we don't have a map. And that's what's holding us back from doing a lot of things in terms of we don't know where an outage is until we get a telephone call. That's pretty bad. And we got to get that. So did I answer your question?
Mr. Jones, how would them, building the GPS without an electronic system, how would it determine where the outages are if you have no way of reading it automatically?
Well, we'd have a map, and we would know where all the meters are. That's the start. We don't have that, and without building on that map, no, we're not going to know. Without the AMI system or some GPS system that can tell us. Well, it's going to have to be an AMI. A lot of it. There's.
In here that we are asking you now.
Yes, it is, and.
That would give us time to digest it and give you an appropriate answer.
And there's one other thing we've been talking about the software and the meter reading system. This is all part of here this is cutting the right of way and acquiring, getting our rates rate and this is in 90 days to put us on track so that we can look a certain way. That's the idea.
They would put us in compliance with TVA.
Oh, no, we'll be ready. We'll be ready to be. We won't be in compliance with TVA until we get all the auditing straight. Yeah.
I'm not talking about that, but I guess maybe I used the wrong term. But to at least get us in a matter as to where they found some deficiency, where we can start accurately reading money and turning the revenue.
That is correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can I ask a motion that we table this, that we look at?
I would like to say to, Mr. Jones, I appreciate this plan. It's a good, methodical plan, and at least, putting your finger on the pulse where the problem is, and creating a plan to try to get, these meters read and the revenue coming in and so forth. I appreciate this document. Where it is, but I have looked through all of it.
Mm-hmm. But it's it's more it's more than a notion. Okay, I just want to solve the problem. We're gonna go. We'll go into. I got something for executive session too. It's personnel. Is that it?
We are using the mayor department to add anything for it.
Ward 2 board, General Rifflin, Ward 2 board, General Rifflin of the city to come out, discuss your concerns so we can hear them, so we know what's, at the table. Also, in the future, I'm trying to work on some stuff with, Mr. Thomas in regards to our, parks and trying to get some of the equipment that's, get some of the playground equipment updated because it's very dated. So I will be claiming that you guys soon and asking for you guys support on updating our city parks with new playground.
Mr. Jones, would you give us those times, please, and days of your
Town hall meeting.
yes, sir, your town hall?
It's July 10th at 5:30. It's multi-purpose.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion from the mayor. I just want to say to this board, I can appreciate the way you're conducting your business here tonight. And I look forward to continue to working together with you all. And as we grow together, we're going to learn together. And we should give to the citizens what they expect, not just from one board member, but also. So I want to thank you all for what you've done tonight, and thank this good system that we can work together and get a fashion come together. So thank you all. Thank you all for coming tonight too.
Mr. Mayor, great meeting.
Now I am going to ask for a motion to go into closed session to discuss need to go into executive session.
I'm motion we go to phone short session. I second it. Determine the need for short executive.
Motion is by Alderman very well, the second by Alderman Hodges, and we'll go into closed session after discuss those ordinances. Short executive session.
That's true.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh.
I wouldn't let him lay around.
Never stop praying. Oh, yeah, they don't have no. Oh, yes, I have to.
Okay, so that's what, that's what this. No. Okay, okay.
Let's say just in case you don't know. It's all here, so that's good. The supervisor, director, 3 to 6 months. I'm on probation, 3 to 6 months. They're gonna keep you alive. I'm so glad I'm retired. I know 3 to 6 months. Oh, I know. You know, get in there. Okay. Like Trump said to the people that were working for S.N. Homes, he gave an out talking about they could get some kind of severance pay if they, start working. Because my niece was still, she worked for mine, I worked for her at S.N. Homes. She did. She did. Now, Mondays, they would go in the office anyway. But I told them, you gotta go back into the office Monday through Friday. You still got a job, so. So she got it, yeah. She. They don't have to come. Huh? 29 years. I miss George though. I was George secretary for 24 years. Yeah, I was a cashier the first time. Captain Elliott, and that's Patricia Shaw. Then you park right there with Joe. Right there, powerhouses, street trimming, outside lights, street lights, all of that. I even did workers' complaints, liability claims, did the closing of lines. When we build the lines, before I know how to read the prints. Interesting, you want to hear that again? I'm thinking about it, Mr. Jones. I got to pray about that one. I did 29 years. I was George secretary. Well, somebody asked you about it. They said, well, you need to come train me. Yeah, I know. Come back with the contract. I know.
Yeah, it's all in that mind, then I'll talk
You took something forever to get there. But yes, they want to contract me. I man, so they sent me something in the mail. I had 13 checks. 13 checks was blue with every. So you could either wait till December 15th to get a lump sum, or they can divide it up along the month. Don't break mine up. Just give you this again.
Now, look, my brain got to turn off, I ain't
Okay. Yes, yes. That's how we get federal, but then they don't take state tax, and that's the only part I don't mind. See, I'm not 65 or 62. You could get 56. I retired at 51. Yes, ma'am. I got a ways to go. I've had it 4 years from 60, so and you can only get partial Social Security at 62. You won't get the full until you about 65 or 67. What you talking about? Yeah, I did 28, I mean 29 altogether, but you, now when I came in, we had to do 25 years. But now the new recruits have to do like 30 or something like that. Yeah, so, then I was blessed. When I said, if you did 28, you would get a lump sum. So I would say that 2 years ago, and I'll go for it.
We will be going into executive session to discuss litigation and personnel. Thank you all.
And nobody changed it. Yeah, Margaret and Alexis, was sent to. So I'm surprised that for it. But it was. I learned this. Yes. You have. Okay, so I enjoyed it. I remember Susan from, she did Russ Collins. She was at Russ Collins when I first got her. I was a student then. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Can I jump? Yeah, yeah. All right, see you later. One more time, help you with your cell phone. Let's do that.
I'm gonna call you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. You want me to walk you out?
No, I'm good.
Great work out. Yeah, for the kids, so you can buy the big stage.
Yeah, just see what happens. First, we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
What's your early?
I'll make sure one of them.
I used to wear my time, but I
So we need to be here. It's your first one, huh?
Yeah.
So we ready, right?
I think they finishing up. I gotta go. It's 10 o'clock.
No, you ain't finna leave before us. No, Joe,
This
now.
is finna be out.
You gotta stay with us now.
Alderman Jones, I can do.
Alderman Jones, for real.